Another episode of running a media company, well, starting a media company. Hopefully it ends up running on AI, 45 minutes a day. So I put like the main work in. That was more than 45 minutes, but then it's the managing is going to be 45 minutes once set up. So here is, I guess, the brain, the engine room of the site and newsletter and all of that. So how I operate is I have the whole system in Claude Code, where then I have a file for operations, which is like how the agents are running, and then just the website, which is the main product, directory and all of that. So here, this is just, I'm operating in it too as like a business system. So money, advertising, all of that, different frameworks. So everything that I'm asking it that I'm like, oh, I want to add that, I put that in the engine room. Everything is not put in here by design because I'm blabbering a bunch of stuff that sometimes I'm like, we don't want to capture that. So I'm making sure once we do something that needs capturing, we're capturing that. Those files are hosted on the back end, locally for me, and then I have this running on the front end. Claude Code is connected to my Gumloop agents via MCP, so it has knowledge of all the skills and what they're running and their triggers and how they're connected. And this is the visual side for me that I'm running. So this is just engine room. It's telling me, here's my look at today, the dashboard of things that I need to do. And then, what's up next. So this is just tasks. It's agents that are running, all types of like gates that I have. So we can go through just loops. So every, 24-hour site rebuilds. We have when the newsletter is running certain automations, and, we can go in here for more context. I have also certain files that, for reference, that I'm editing more frequently, and I have these as Claude, artifacts rather than hosted on here. So I can just change them quicker, and they're linked. So yeah, different frameworks. And then I have stuff linked, Gumloop artifacts that I make. So this is my like social calendar, and I'll dive into how all my agents are running, but essentially this is, again, the back end is Airtable, for everything to do with my newsletter and website and agents. So we have this, and it takes a second to load, but I have agents that are scraping content from different areas, putting them into Airtable, and then I have another social agent that is then taking it, compiling basically a lot of just top 10, top 5 lists of things in our area. And we're going in and using like real Google reviews and company voice and all of that. And then it's, it's scheduling here for me to go and create. So then I quick create them, with Claude Design, actually. I found that's the most effective way. I created a design system for it, and then the Gumloop agent is going through and compiling like the copy and all of that for the posts, and then I'm taking it and going into Claude Design to keep that design consistent. And then here, when they do posts, I can hit approve. It'll disappear from here. I'm not going to do that now, but it'll disappear from here, and it'll update that back end in Airtable. And that's important because then we can go back through and see everything that, we've done, and go back to different, posts and everything. So that's quick insight. I'll go into that in more depth eventually. But yeah, different, our design format and all. And yeah, this is the main part though that just keeps me updated on things that I need to do, and then just the loops that I'm running, so I know when, and I didn't show this, when the agents are running and what I need to be on the lookout for. And again, most of the agents I'm coordinating through Claude Code, and then most of the agents are built in Gumloop to like manage the content and website. Claude Code's doing the large overhauls and scraping with the website, but minor SEO tweaks is in Gumloop, and I'll go through those agents at some point. But I access all of those in Slack, so they are set up either with a trigger or that would be scheduled here, or it's a Slack message when it's like a one-off thing where I send it to a Gumloop orchestrator agent and then it's coordinated and I get what I need back. So yeah, that's the engine room.